Hey everyone, it's Raj from 3CP Performance in collaboration with Laker Film Room. If you haven't heard, Anthony Davis is a freaking Laker. Although we can argue for days on whether the team gave up too much, what's inarguable is his elite talent and impact on a basketball floor and the Lakers' future. However, the one major question mark he's faced throughout his NBA career thus far is his ability to stay healthy. Davis has missed over an entire season's worth of games to injury during his first 7 seasons, 90 such games to be exact. He's basically been banged up from head to toe, and the games missed number doesn't even factor in how many times he's likely been playing banged up or hurt. Check out the entire list. To get a clearer picture of his injury history, I took out the times he was listed out with an illness and then consolidated the remaining entries in terms of injury type and date of occurrence. Oftentimes, repeat injuries within a close time span are rarely new. Rather, they're lingering or residual effects from the first injury. After consolidating, the number came out to 32 injuries over 7 years. That's certainly a lot and should raise some eyebrows in and of itself, but not all injuries are created equal. To get an even clearer and more accurate picture of AD's health, I used a trident of questions to clean the lens. The first question is, are the injuries contact or non-contact? This distinction is the first thing I look at because it gives me information on whether a player potentially has an underlying systemic issue that's contributing to the injuries. For example, D Rose with his multiple non-contact knee injuries. Or if the player is just taking a lot of contact. If any body part gets hit with enough force, it's going to get injured. Fortunately, in AD's case, the lion's share of his injuries are contact-related injuries where he got hit and injured. That's far more preferable to a player with multiple non-contacts because then you have to start diving into more complex gray area issues. Okay, are there movement pattern issues, muscular imbalances, is kinesiophobia, also known as fear of re-injury, and movement possibly contributing, and so on. The one concerning injury I initially saw with AD was when he hurt his left knee in late October 2017 against the Portland Trail Blazers on an innocuous play where he was jostling for position with Mo Harkless. However, information then came out that he had first tweaked the knee in warm-ups and was trying to play through it. The second question is, do we see the same types of injuries pop up over and over? With AD, there's a trend of impact injuries to his upper body, shoulders, elbows, and fingers, and soreness in his lower body, ankles, quads, hips, lower back. Like I mentioned before, the impact injuries don't concern me that much, and in the case of his lower body soreness and strains, he didn't miss much time. The one exception to that is when he experienced knee soreness and missed nearly 2 weeks, which could speak to a more serious issue. However, that does seem to be a one-off in terms of seriousness, as he hasn't missed much time for other knee injuries. The third and final question is if there's a certain trend over time. A key positive trend with AD is that he's missed less and less games per season as he's gotten deeper into his career. Davis missed 68 games over his first 4 seasons due to injury, and only 28 games over the last 3 seasons due to injury. That's a significant difference. Overall, although AD's injury history obviously isn't ideal, you don't want to see any player accumulate that many injuries because it can lead to residual effects and compensation along with missing numerous games. Like I always say, health and performance are 2 sides of the same coin because it doesn't matter how good you are if you aren't available to play. He doesn't have a more concerning history of non-contact injuries, long spells missed due to soft tissue injuries or soreness, or an increasing trend of missed games. That being said, based on these trends that we've picked out, there are certainly ways he can mitigate his injury risk even further. I'll get into that in part 2. That's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. My goal is to provide you with in-depth, evidence-based, narrative-free analysis, and you can always find me on IG and Twitter at 3CB Performance, along with my own YouTube channel where I deep dive into player injuries of all shapes and sizes. Make sure to sub to that channel, along with subbing to this one and following LFR on all social media. 3CB out.